students, let's start the topic genetics. What is genetics? Genetics, it is a branch of science that deals with the study of inheritance and variation. Here, what is inheritance? Inheritance means the transfer of characters from parents to its offspring. Means from one generation to the next generation, the transfer of characters, that is called inheritance. And the variation means that you can see one and each individual vary from each other, even the parents and their children. So variation means the change in the progeny from its parents. So these two terms combine to form genetics. If we talk about genetics, then first word that comes in our mind is the Mendel. Who is Mendel? Gregor John Mendel. Gregor John Mendel, he was born in 1822 and died in 1884. He is known as the father of genetics. Why? Why he is known as the father of genetics? Because as we know, genetics means inheritance, and Mendel is the one who gave us and who told us about the inheritance and gave the laws of the inheritance the first time. He was the first person who tells us about the genetics and the inheritance. So, Gregor John Mendel, he is the father of genetics. He did the experiment on the pea plant. Why he selected pea plant? There are the many reasons that why he selected pea plant. First, we have to talk about the history of the Mendel. Mendel, he was a very poor person, and he was born in a poor family. But he did his studies by doing his own efforts. And after that, he became a monk in one religious station. Then he studied and started the experiment on the pea plant in his own garden. Here, basically, Gregor John Mendel, he was a mathematician, biologist and meteorologist from Germany. He was born in Germany. So, if we talk about Mendel, Gregor John Mendel, he told us about the genetics. So, first we tell what is genetics. Genetics is the field of biology that studies how characteristics or the traits are passed from one parent to the children. And he is known as the father of genetics. As you can see, he is known as the father of genetics. Why? He was an Australian monk and gardener and grew peas in the mid-1800s. Look at the 7 different traits in the pea. He selected 7 different traits in the pea, and they were present in the contrasting pair. These traits were height, pod appearance, seed texture, position of the flower, flowering color, pod color, and the seed color. These 7 traits were selected by the Mendel, and these traits were present in pair, contrasting pair. As height, you can talk about first the character, the height. In height, he takes the plants which were very tall and some were the very dwarf. So there are the two contrasting characters were there, tall and dwarf. In the same way, other 6 traits are also there. Like he selected the seed texture, like they are round or they are somewhat crinkled. So these two traits differ from each other and easily identical. So there were some reasons why he selected the pea plant. So what we will do, what are the reasons? Why he selected pea plant? So for that, there are a number of reasons. Like number 1, numerous distinct varieties are present. You can note down. plant, a large number of the varieties were present. Second, the ease of culture. Ease of culture means they were very easy to grow in the garden. Third one, that control of pollination. As the pea plants were dioecious, means the pea plants having the bisexual plants, they have the old male and the female plants. So generally self-pollination occur, but you can easily control its pollination and also do cross-pollination of your design. Next, high proportion of the successful seed germination. Means seed germination rate was high. It was successful. Next, the garden pea differing easily and the definite detection traits present in two opposite contrasting conditions. Means those states we selected, they were in contrast present in contrasting pair. When means you can easily identify the one and the second one, the appearance of these in two of each trait. Next, short lifespan. Means they were seasonal and it takes not much time to grow in the garden and easily you can get the seeds within a short time. So short lifespan was present. Next was the pure lines obtained, that was by the cross pollination. You can easily obtain pure lines. By preventing cross pollination, you can easily obtain the pure lines. By doing self-pollination. So, first we will summarize that what were the characters present in the pea that why the Mendel becomes successful in his experiment. He selected the pea plant because of these reasons. Like first was the numerous distinct varieties, second the ease of culture, third was the control of pollination, high rate of successful seed germination. Traits were in the contrasting pair, short lifespan, and pure lines can be obtained by doing self-pollination because Mendel started his experiment by developing pure lines only. Now we will do that why Mendel becomes successful. The one of the reason, as we studied, that pea was the one of the reason that he selected the pea plant and the contrasting pair characters. So we will summarize why Mendel becomes successful. So these are the reasons that why Mendel becomes successful. His first reason was that he was the first one that used the scientific approach, means experimental approach. He used a scientific method or the experimental approach. He was the first one who did the experiment in written and in practically. Second, he was the first one who used the mathematics in the biology approach. In natural phenomena like reproduction or genetics, he was the first one that used the mathematics and calculation, did the calculations for invented the inheritance laws. That's what he used the mathematics. Third one was ratio and probability. He calculated all the ratios to calculate the inheritance laws. Fourth, he did the good reports. Means he make a he began a report book to complete its experiment and recorded all the observations that he observed. Take the largest test sample size. Mendel was taken the large test sample size. He grew the pea plant at a large scale and experimented. So these are the reasons that why Mendel become the successful in doing his genetics experiment and giving the laws of inheritance. So next, first we will summarize that what is Mendel. Gregor Mendel means the father of genetics. He was born in 1822 in Australia. There he became the Australian botanist and did the experiment and used the mathematics in genetics. In 1843 he became the Augustine monk. Then he started his doing experiments in his garden on the peach plant and gave the concept of heredity. Concept of heredity means the transfer of characters from one generation to next generation and how it occurs. That was told us by first time by the Mendel. He used edible pea plant for his experiment and he tells us he takes the 7 factors in which one of 2 factors are plant height and second was seed color. On basis of these 2 traits, he gives the inheritance law. He tells us about the genes. He told that it is a factor. Some factors are transferred from one generation to next. These factors were later termed as genes. His work, but there were some reasons. In his lifespan, in his lifetime, his work was not recognized. Why? Why his work was not recognized? It was recognized later when it was rediscovered by the other scientists. That was rediscovered by Carl Aristotle, and Hughes Device. These 3 scientists independently at the different places they worked the same and then recognized the work done by the Mendel. After his death, he got the Nobel Prize. So, why his work was not recognized? Why his work was not recognized? There were the many reasons why his work was not recognized. Which of these? One of that